Hey legends, thanks for tuning in via our YouTube channel here. Kicking some goals at youtube.com/DT Talk. Plenty of great stuff going on there, including Calvin, your captains.
Yep. Bloody good.
Video each week.
More people this week too, Roy. I'm back.
Good stuff. Was Dunkley your number one?
Move on.
All right, well, before we start the podcast for today, I wanted to talk about our live shows in Adelaide and Perth. Now, 2 nights have been sold out. 1 night in Adelaide, 1 night in Perth. So we've got a second show for each city. The Wednesday night in Adelaide, is the 20th of July. So you can get your tickets at thehighway.com.au, or the links are on our website as well. And then also for Perth, the Saturday second show is Saturday afternoon footy watching extravaganza. It's going to be bloody good.
Frothies, boys.
It is the weekend before the fantasy finals start. So it should be a bloody great time to be a part of it with some like-minded people. With us. And lots of fun.
3 things, dog. 3 Fs. Footy, froths, fantasy. Can't go wrong.
Might be fun too.
Friends, fun. Be here all day. Be here all day.
What about your guitar? Is that coming?
Yes, I think so.
Have you been working on some songs?
I have been working on some songs.
That'll be F'd as well.
And funny. Good one, Roy.
All right, we better do this podcast.
Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders, thanks to Sportsbet. I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of my Calvinator.
You've come out of the first bye round pretty happy, haven't you, Calvinator?
I'll tell you what,
moving up.
We all moved up.
We did.
We're back on track.
Yes.
It was good. I thought this might have been one of our poorer bye rounds.
I thought
so
too.
Well, everyone else needs to have a good hard look at themselves, Roy.
That kind of makes me worry that everyone else is coming home stronger, though.
Well, they might be, yeah.
Maybe.
We've just got to make our team stronger.
Just
over
keep
these
one
3 weeks.
step at a time.
Yep.
Just keep rolling.
All right, well, Cal, let's get straight into this score for you this week.
So nothing written in brackets this week.
No.
Massive drop like last week.
No, he's back.
He should say massive up because I have rocketed into the top 1,000 again. But
He's back in there.
I'm back in there, but I always just hang around there.
That's
and then
all right.
Pop back out again.
That's
Pop
all right.
back in again.
You just play it smart through the buys, and who knows where you'll be in 2 weeks.
I'm trying.
3 figures is better than 4 figures when it comes to ranking Calvinator.
So I got in the 1900s, so 1906.
1906. Well, I was only 10 points behind.
Ooh. No one cares.
If there's only 10 more points there, I could be choosing lunch.
Still got second. We're going nachos for lunch too, lads.
Are we?
Yeah. Speaking of that, we got to get moving.
We do.
1896 for the Warn Dogs, and I've moved up a bit as well. A few hundred spots inside the top 3,500 now.
Okay.
So almost a season high for the Warthogs.
Whoa.
Baby steps.
Keep going,
there,
dog.
Good
What
job.
about you, Roy?
1854, which is significantly the worst of the 3. However, it was still enough to move up. So,
wow.
2070 at the moment.
Okay.
So, end of next week, I'll be back in the top 2,000, and I'm coming for that top 1,000.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here it is! That's what you did, Teddy. You stuck it right up them.
Right, my +3 is going to a big man, the top scorer of the round, 149 to Maximus Gone.
He was back.
He was back.
And he looked good, even though they lost as well. Like, he was just, I think he got 10 coaches' votes type thing because of how dominant he was in that game.
He played 97% time on ground.
He was on there a lot.
So if he wasn't in the ruck, his hands were great again.
Yes.
Forward, weren't they?
Not saucepan hands.
No, they weren't at all. So he was pushing forward,
plates.
kicking goals. Made a meal of one of the goals. He nearly...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he could have had a big 150, but what an amazing
That was
score.
a cracking game.
Wasn't it?
We saw some cracking games this
We
weekend. It was
certainly
good. So, yes, Big Max could be in captain calculations.
It's funny you say that, Warren. You know, high score of the week usually squeezes their way in there.
They do.
Roy, you went a big
down.
man as your +3.
I certainly did. Darcy Cameron.
Wow.
I've got a real soft spot for him. There was that risk, remember, I went early. That 1 week early, and now thankfully we're all on. 133 he had.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not just mucking around out there.
Yeah.
Like, he's rolling 22 locked and loaded.
He's putting bigger scores out there than Brody Grundy.
Yes.
That's the thing. And
that's an
he's
amazing...
not necessarily needed to be as much of a ruck as what Brody Grundy was either.
No.
Because he's playing sort of that ruck forward role.
He is. But his work around the ground, he doesn't rest forward.
He's good.
He takes plus sixes galore when he's up there. So, 133 +3, easy.
Amazing.
Easy pick.
And he was, even when we picked him, we all thought, we'll sell him. Round 14 bye, it was the perfect time. We can't sell him now.
It's just an interesting wait and see what happens when Grundy's eventually back now. Like, obviously, that's the potential issue.
Yep.
So you can't sell him. He's just essentially
no way. Not at the moment. So you guys have gone 2 big men as well.
Yeah.
I went another big man who looked like he'd grown 10 inches, Roy.
Oh, yes.
Right. Nick Dacos.
Wow.
He did grow 10 inches over
A lot of people
week.
dumped him.
Well, it was, and that's not a bad thing to do.
I understand.
He had made his money, started dropping cash.
Yeah.
Had a break even in the 90s.
Yeah.
He got past that.
He did.
He did.
36 touches.
36 touches.
And a day out.
He looked great.
Didn't he ever?
There. Now, obviously, he hasn't got his bye for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we get another week out of him.
Yeah.
So you might as well see if he can do it again now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and this is the
really
strategy
trade this
people have
week.
got to be thinking about as well. Like these players, and like that was my Bowie regret last week, is that should have just stuck with the plan of going to their bye.
Yeah,
like you kind of thought about a few weeks ago. Unless you got rid of Dacos a couple of weeks ago, it was kind of that hold now until the bye and just wear whatever you get. Even if they were little price drops.
Yeah.
It's just what you have to
He
do.
definitely buys himself this week, though.
100% he does.
Yeah, you can't go trading.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Now, my score of the 1896 was just kind of full of average players.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There
them.
was no one I celebrated a few. There was some really good ones, but a lot were just in the middle there.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard, which is surprising to find a -3 apart from if I wanted to go Sam Butler from Hawthorn who scored a 30. And I can't do that because the score didn't count anyway. It dropped out.
Good point.
So I'm giving it to Jackson Haitley's last quarter. 0 points.
What
Brought him
happened?
in.
I don't know.
He dominated the first three.
He was good.
83 points.
Yeah.
So I was going, holy hat, this trade has worked out.
Yeah, sneaky
the
tongue.
greatest ever. And, so 83, you're not getting a -3 for that because that's a great score for someone who had a break even in the 20s.
Yeah.
And you're buying him under 600K. But, 0 points in the last. He did get crunched. Copped a
Yeah,
big
he
hit,
did. He did.
basically, and didn't score after that.
'Cause I'd
However, he
seen him
stayed out
early.
there, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I saw him early and I was like, don't have to watch this.
Yeah,
He's
love it.
absolutely killing it.
Yep.
But then a few people did say, I didn't see the crunch.
Yeah. It's just a big hit. It was just a normal in-play
Yeah.
hit.
Right. Someone also said bit of a role change. Him and Dawson sort of might have.
Yeah, the thing about Haitley I watched most of that game and he was pretty much playing. He was getting all his kicks behind the ball. He was just one of those games I mentioned before. It was like one of those right spot, right time.
Yeah.
So it was bouncing out to him off the back of a contest and that sort of thing. And he'd get a couple of marks there and just was finding his hands on it.
So he's
a great
getting
pick.
a -3, but are you unhappy with the trade?
No, I'm unhappy just with the last
With
quarter.
the last quarter. No,
Because an
that's
extra, well, did you get him, Cal?
No, I didn't.
And that's right, because if you had have had even a 10-point, an 11-point last quarter,
He's cost you the
I
win.
would have been the winner out of
You
the
would have been
three of
picking
us.
lunch.
Sucked in.
Right. Oh, God, I'll take over here.
Right.
I could honestly do this until the end of the podcast with my passionate
Don't forget about the
dislike.
nachos.
Okay. All right. I'll be quick then.
Okay.
You'll note that I'm calling him Bailey Smith. There is no nicknames ever attached to this guy again from me.
Okay.
I have gone from massive man love to I'll stay professional and say just
Dislike. Okay.
Because that was a disgrace. So
Bazlenka.
look, this journey has gone from a couple of weeks ago, number one averaging player in the competition.
Yep.
Yeah.
To missing versus the Eagles, can't be helped, but leaves a sour taste in your mouth, to then returning with a 60 as the number one forward now in the game.
Yeah.
But then having a bad game, and then you make that worse by then headbutting and missing two. So this dude is missing for a month now. We don't see him for a month.
We don't see him till July.
And do you know what? That's not long enough for me. I would be happy not to see him the rest of the year. So he gets my -3. He gets traded out, and that man love is a long gone thing of the past for
What
me now.
angered you the most, though, is what he posted after the
see,
game.
This is exactly right. This is why I have
Explain
to
it
keep
to the people, Roy.
Oh, I don't know how to say it other than that shit-eating grin on his face. That photo with Lillard where he actually, he said something about
headbutted Dame.
Dame. Okay,
Oh, my.
no, just no. There's a lot of unhappy people.
Yep.
Oh, God, Think beyond the fantasy coaches. How do you reckon the Bulldogs supporters are feeling about that?
Furious, Roy.
It just wasn't cool. It wasn't tough.
No.
What was it? You were having your first bad game of the year, and you react by doing that. Not cool. -300.
Oh, right, okay.
Speaking of not cool, Cow, you got your sunnies on your head again. Okay. Give us your -3.
Dunkley.
Oh, come on, mate.
No.
Number one captain, you said.
Well, it was a vice captain. It was a free hit.
Yeah, well, you've got to start giving your free hits with good players.
I know.
Ranking him number one.
He was.
The problem
he had good
is,
form coming in.
He did, and form's a big factor. The thing is, though, what it made us do is to go, holy hell, we actually need
I had
to
no
find
confidence coming home either.
So who did we end up going as captain there? Because I had Laird against the Eagles for, I think he had a 122, which is, and he got a goal late too.
Tuohy, his 150th, had 135. That was very nice.
Okay,
he looked great too.
Did he? That's good. I went with Pig. He got me 112.
Good. So you guys are thanking me for that, Dog?
Well, I did. I went with the order that was there in front of me.
So that's a thank you.
So I've always
Cal.
got you to blame.
That's a thank you.
It's not positive, Calvin.
I got you a 135, mate.
Oh, I should have had Max Gawn as my captain.
Can't have them all, Dog. Can't have them all.
I've got to chase a better VC.
Yeah, I'll get you good on this.
And remember, it is easy to do.
Yeah,
if you get a good VC.
We don't have to go to Friday. You were stuck in 2015, mate.
Yeah. No, move on.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Roy, your mate, Bailey Smith, 2 weeks. He accepted it this morning, so that
So he should.
He
confirmed.
accepted it, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you accepted it yet? How quick was it for you to trade him out?
Oh, very quick. I was, all those people complaining on social media, any danger of this game opening or something?
Oh, my God.
I was like, yeah, right on. I want to get rid of him too. But, yeah, no, it was quick, Dog, and it was very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Rightio, the other news here, Tom Stewart, he in the same game there. He was concussed, not by Bazlenka. Tell you what, there's no issues with Zach Tuohy's hard head, even though it drew some claret.
No, that doesn't work. Cody's a legend of a bloke. Now, Tom Stewart, I actually
concussed.
felt sorry for his owners because
he was on.
He has been so good this year.
On track for about 150 again.
And just doing it with such ease. Now, the positive thing for them, he won't actually miss a game.
No.
With
if
concussion,
there's a time that you can get a concussion, it's the week before the bye.
And just... gosh, it's sick, but it's also, I need to say it as a
you do need to say
fantasy professional expert. He's going to be a bargain soon.
Yes, he will.
Well, he's not going to be as big a bargain because of the 150 he had last week.
True.
That's the thing. But anyway,
that lingering 44.
Break even 132, Roy. He could get that.
Well, he definitely could. He's a jet.
One to watch anyway for us in the back line coming off their round 13 bye, which they've got. The Bonds... shoulder issues, apparently. He's been carrying for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Would have been nice to have known.
It would.
Bev, if you told us that before I traded him in, because he hasn't been great for me.
He hasn't looked like he did those previous 2 weeks.
So an 80 and an 89 we've had the last 2 weeks, not that I'm
Which
counting.
is solid.
But
and you can hide behind the forward status. But his price probably dropped the last 2 weeks. Gosh, it'd be a bargain soon.
Yeah, we'll get on that one. Yeah. Oh, and his shoulders are okay.
Oh, yeah,
We're
true.
not stupid.
You got to do your research.
Lockie Weller, fears for an ACL there for him, which is very sad.
sucks.
That was a sad one to see. Who has been pretty good.
He has been good.
Jason Horne-Francis, it looked like a bit of an ankle, but apparently it was a bit of a cork late in the game. Wanted to come back on, did a little bit of test running, but didn't come back onto the ground. So would be one there.
Sin,
sounded like the sin. As soon as I heard ankle, I thought sin.
Got him.
Now, Roy, your little mate, Parnell.
Oh, come on, have mercy.
He looked good too.
He looked little.
Everyone was, he was little. Everyone bagged out that pick, and I understood. I wasn't trying to chase a rising star there, but but he was about to bump out Bailey Smith's score for me.
Oh, yeah.
He was on track.
Yeah.
And then he got... This is what happens when you put kids out there. A cork, some people can play through a cork. Yep. Parnell, they've flagged multiple weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought he'd be right for the next game. They've got the bye.
It's like...
Is that what they wouldn't have thought he'd be right for the next game. That's it. 3 weeks' time after a bye.
That's a good call. Wow.
Now, Roy.
dude.
Come
on,
Your big
man.
names keep going down. Reef McInnes, who you were...
He was
getting an
he was
extra
a
number
happy
there.
boy, yeah.
He was a late in because Jamie Elliott was out sick. But then he dislocated his shoulder.
Trying to be tough. Did you see what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, he tried to play football. Now, so this is like, I just feel like I'm in this spiral at the moment. I was like, Warney's message, Reef's in, and I was like, woohoo! Oh, can't get him on. Oh, now. Then I thought,
What did he get? He only had a 20 or something.
Oh,
didn't he?
come on. He was on track for a 50. Then I thought, he'll be handy over the buys.
Yeah.
Shoulder out. Yeah, so anyway, he was my only red dot that I had. That's why I was excited.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, red. Permo red now.
And in the last game of the round, our mate Zorko, well, I don't know, is... Although he did a little bit for our friendship.
I'm friends with him.
Yeah.
We did a little bit
We're
for our
mates with him.
friendship in the last quarter.
Yeah.
Well, picked him up 2 weeks ago.
So did I.
Got an 80, then got a 40. And then he was on 20 when he went down with this injury. So he had his hand on the ground. Someone's trod on it, like accidentally.
So deliberate.
Claret was pouring out of it. Not just, have a look at it, a little bit of a scratch on you, better get a little Band-Aid on that one. No, it was literally, as soon as the foot came off,
What?
it was a bloodbath, Cal. It was a real bloodbath. It was just spurting out. It was, and he's looked at it and he's gone, oh no.
You could see on his face, he was like, oh boy.
Whacked his hand
didn't look
over it,
good.
went in, and so he
Complete
missed
finger relocation.
a
in the room.
fair chunk of time on the ground as well. So he came back out after half time.
Yeah.
But did he come back out after half time?
I would have
Must have been
totally
about a 70
excused
point second half or something.
just disappearing from the game. But he was an animal in the second half.
Yep. So just needs stitches apparently.
For the record, I've reviewed it. He didn't ask me permission. Warney fired a rocket.
Oh, did he?
I said not to press that red button. Warney fired it and executed to perfection.
Oh, did he? Well done.
Perfectly
worded, fired at the right time.
Oh, good.
Massive second
So
half.
with his left hand, grabbed his phone at half time, said,
I'll get you.
Right. Put the stitches away, just wrap it up. And he was walking out there with a big
fair at his hand.
Well done.
boxing glove out there. Now, Magoo's news, a couple of big scores out of there. Reese the Beast Matheson had 165 from 48.
48 touches, Reese.
Mitch Robinson had 33 touches and 131. Remember old Eli Smith, footy record special?
Yes.
Had 127 with 3 goals.
Eli.
Now, Fiorini had 35 disposals for the Suns with 131. He's probably the one that comes in as a midfielder if they need one, but they might go with Jack Bowes there now that he's good to go. He had 39 disposals.
39 touches.
I'd
So
be
he probably
thinking
comes
it's
in
Bowes
for
that
Weller,
comes in.
I would say. Now, Elijah Hollins, as we want to keep watching there, he scored a 92. Kicked a goal
Okay.
in that. So he's there. But they've got the bye this week, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They do. Fyfe made his return, and there were some great scenes there watching
That was
him
epic
out
after
there,
the game.
running out on the ground,
How
getting some
good was
selfies
that?
with him.
Yeah, very cool.
He scored 82, but the question is, he comes in.
Well, he has to. I am
Who's going to be out? It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be out.
It is, but all this talk about you can't change that lineup, you do for Nat Fyfe.
You do.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you have
he
to.
doesn't have to swan in and say, I'm the man in the midfield here, we're changing everything around me. He's an upgrade on basically every player in that team, barring a couple of really superstars in the
tricky,
making.
like a Banfield who kicked snags, like he was good.
He's done enough to hold his spot.
Like I'm looking here, Darcy Tucker only had 8 touches.
Tucker's been in and out, so he's probably...
Schultz, I know they're forwards, but that's probably where Fyfe spends a bit of time.
Well, I reckon he'd be more forward pinch hit in the midfield.
Does it affect Will Brodie in this?
God,
Or is it going to be a bit of a transition?
He just can't be the one
No.
to go.
He is so
he's
good.
been way too good.
Contested-wise.
Yeah, but he
what
might
was his
take
time
a
on
small
ground, Cal, this
hit,
week?
I reckon.
70%.
Okay, so...
So he had a game high, equal game high with Brayshaw, 16 contested possessions.
Yeah. So he might take a small hit. There might be a small roll adjustment.
But it might take some time as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It might be a little progression.
But God, he just has to come in. Even if you sat him in a forward pocket or something.
Yeah.
Like, God, imagine
Agree.
having that up there.
So good.
I want to play again.
I reckon I would have had a pretty good crack at the record.
They were greatness. She goes to the milk bar
and comes out with 5 heralds and I'm on the front.
It has been a privilege and a pleasure to spend time with the Centurions, getting to hear their stories in their words.
It was just a buzz of a place to be.
Oh, it's exciting.
You take that conversion rate any day of the week.
Subscribe to the Centurions wherever you get your podcasts and keep clicking back to afl.com.au and the AFL Live app for another instalment with the game's greatest goalkeepers.
Nothing wrong with a bit of me time.
All right, we're down with one of our bye rounds, so we're into our second. So we've got the Crows, the Cats, the Suns, the Swans, the Eagles, and the Dogs on the bye this week. So they've all got their blue dots or teal dots or turquoise dots, as they might be on the website.
Making up words now.
Elevator?
That look like on the escalator.
Escalator, sorry. I can't even get that right.
Yep.
Your brain, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Turquoise. That's not even a word, dog.
Yeah, it is.
Can't even make up words.
You've probably only got about 8 different colours in your vocabulary, I reckon.
Teal. I know teal, but turquoise is not a colour. Or a word.
Is.
No. It's made up. Keep going.
All right. Go down to Bunnings for once, Calvin, and go and have a look at the wall. There's probably about 8 shades of turquoise.
Don't reckon.
All right, round 13. This is where we're looking. So, again, we've got our rules of our 3 trades, our best 18, as we had on the weekend. The bye players are locked at the last game of the round. Okay. Just same as what it was, so we should all be across that by now. So, our trading strategy. Yeah. Let's make it really simple. You're trading out someone that's got a bye coming up, whether it's this week or next week.
Yes.
And you're bringing in a player who has had their bye. So, you're bringing in someone from Carlton, Essendon, GWS, Port Adelaide, Richmond, or St Kilda. That is the basic strategy. You do not, under any circumstance, bring in someone who's got a bye coming up. No, I don't think you do. I don't think there is a circumstance where I would do that.
No, so there was an argument last week because it was a much trickier situations. Like Owens might have come in for people last week expecting him to be named this week and to assist with that bye structure type stuff. But now the game is easy. And gone are the days, like we said last week. Well, easy in terms of you're not making any sacrifices with the players you're trading in here. There is genuine stars across all lines. Gone are the days, like we said last week, where we're shopping with Port Adelaide and the Suns fresh off their China hit.
Oh, yes.
God, we're not going to be left with players that we don't want.
Like Connor Rosie's and someone that we've got now.
Oh, God. Anyway, back to regular programming. There is guns that you would actually legit want for the rest of the year. As I said, across all positions.
All right, so let's think about it. Okay. Trades. So we're going to need some cash in some way. So cash cows, and this is in your ideal world, it is actually trading out guys that have maxed out in cash.
Yes.
You're not trading premiums unless you've got Bazlenka, Roy, that you need to move.
Yes, and I will enjoy doing.
So some of these players could be, someone that's on their bye this week. You've got Sam De Conning, Paddy McCartan, who just quietly have been pumping out some decent scores.
They have
and there's an argument to still keep them.
Yep.
Robbie McComb, he could be gone. He's got his bye this week as well. So all of those guys there could be gone. Or someone with an upcoming bye could be Jason Horne-Francis. I'm trading him out this week because he's got the bye. The next week he's starting to slip and he's sore as well after that.
Sin. So, he's got the sin.
He sinned.
But that's who you want to be getting rid of. And ideally, it would be great if you could do 2 down and 1 up. If you've banked some cash, for some people it could be 2 up and 1 down. You're in a great position to do that. But that's your basic strategy, what you're trying to do, and you're probably trying to do that over these next 2 weeks. So to talk that, we've got 3 rookie guys on the radar. The number 1, and by far number 1, is Mitch Owens. So he obviously dominated last week. Yep. Had a 95 and had his bye. So he's had that first bye. He's off that now. He got up to 266K and a midfielder. I think that's an easy one. So for that, it could be someone like your Robbie McComb. Yep. See you later. Go down to you, make your 100 and whatever K out of that, and you can bank that or use that on top of someone. So that's there. The next one, Jacob Ware. Now, a lot of people are trading him in at 256K. He's a defender. There is job security worries there.
Of course there is. Concern.
Yeah. So we've got to see what GWS look like this week. Whitfield is probably back. Yeah. And so he could be that
Definitely. It's
Guy
shaky
out.
ground.
It is, and this is the thing, I guess the thing with Owens as well. We've seen it in the past where these guys have been good prior to the bye, but then I've always called it a reset round where you're 22.
Yeah.
Who cares how you performed in round 11?
Yeah.
It's now round
2 weeks
13.
is a long time. Things can happen.
Eddie Maguire said that once, didn't he?
Yeah, yep. People can recover from injury in that 2 weeks where, yes, he was great, but like you said, on the back of the reset, bang.
So you were saying before, Dog,
still best 22 getting picked.
Do we think our benches after the buys are going to be very
This
thin?
is a concern. And so this is why there could be an argument in keeping De Koning or McCartan, not trading both of them as some people would like to be doing, I assume, this week, because it'd be nice to have one of those still rolling there as your emergency on your bench, because emergencies, as we've seen already this year, are important.
Because they're both so locked and entrenched in that 22 that they are just safely going to roll out every week. And still, we can't forget that illness is the new general soreness. People are dropping like flies, getting crook. Having an emergency at some stage this year, even if it's just their 50 or 60 that they give you, it could be the difference between a win and loss in your league.
They've also got a lot of money on their head.
They do. Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't hesitate to get rid of both of them.
Yeah.
I don't care who I'm rolling with on the pine.
That's right.
But I'm reckless.
All right, so that's how you might be able to make some cash. Jacob Ware. And the other one is Sam Durden, actually, Roy. So 195K defender was picked up last week in the mid-season rookie draft. Carlton need him.
They do.
Is that right?
100% they need him, and I think that's why he's going to walk in.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
Is this a scoop?
No, it's not. This is just me with my Carlton coaching hat on.
Right.
It's going to have to happen because of the injury crisis. And it's not like he's a player that hasn't played at the level or isn't in good form in a good competition.
Right.
I think he's going to have to slot straight in. You think about the tall defenders that they've lost, just structurally in that, I think they will need him. That should be Liam Jones there, but it's not. So it's Sam Durden in.
There we go.
Right. If he's in, then he will be close to the most traded in player this week, I reckon.
If he's in, you are the scooping king.
Yeah, I think he'll get 50s or 60s for you as well.
We're doing 5 or 6 weeks, they said, wasn't it, for him? So you could get a little bit of a run with him in the side, making some cash as well, which would be quite handy, apart from the fact that he's another warm body over these rounds. What will he score?
Yeah, 50s, 60s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do that.
Same as all the others.
A few grabs,
All right, let's look position by position then at who we should be targeting.
Okay.
Defenders. The teams coming off the bye, because that's who you want to be getting. Carlton, Essendon, GWS, Port Adelaide, Richmond, St Kilda. Let's look at the top. Short, Doherty, Hewitt are probably three names that are just at the top of the tree, entrenched in the rolling 22.
It's just a prime example. So you started down back and listen to these names.
Yeah, great names.
They're all dudes you want. There's so many rolling 22 options.
If you were to rank those...
Throw a blanket over those guys.
Yeah, throw a blanket.
Yeah.
So is it Hewitt because he's got a bit of value there out of those guys?
I think that's what gets him a nose in front. Short, I don't love as much as a midfielder.
Yeah.
I like him more
you want him to be
down back
defender.
and taking his kick-ins for some cheap +3s and stuff. And Doc's just solid as a rock. Like, they are just all great. I would chase the value there to split those, like you said.
So Jack Sinclair is the next one, averaging 102.
Do you know what? I nearly put him up in that top group.
So how close is he to that?
Yeah.
Was he in the rolling 22 last time? I can't remember.
I can't actually recall. If not, he was a very close apology, and he's probably worked his way in there. I'll have to have a look who D6 was, because he is in sensational form. He hasn't necessarily stepped into the role that we thought, like of Jack Steele.
Yep.
But he has stepped up in terms of the importance of having the ball in his hands.
Like we've been saying a little bit too, it doesn't matter what role he's playing.
He's
still
one of them
scoring.
guys.
He's gone 133, 111, 110 in his last three.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
So you've got Hewitt ahead of him?
I do.
Yeah. Because they're about the same price.
Because Huey just does it week in, week out, same role, that sort of thing. But gosh, the ceiling of Sinclair probably has him covered.
Yeah, right.
Both great picks. Sinclair is actually in my trades as we talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Hewitt's in for me.
Patching that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up.
Gosh.
Trying to catch him up.
Houston's another one, but I don't think he's a real option for me anyway. Lockie Whitfield.
Yes.
Where do we sit with Lockie Whitfield? Not on him, because that might hurt his ankle that he's sore at the moment.
Yes, he's very fragile.
741K.
Absolute bargain.
That's 70K less than Sinclair.
And look, I think I have too much faith in Whitfield.
Why do I keep picking him?
100%. So, because
you need
here
to
I
see
am.
something big, I think.
I know, but that is a common sense thing, dog. I feel like, Whitfield's back in.
You love a
He's
name.
at that price.
Yes.
I'm tempted just to go, yep, I'll take the bargain.
North Melbourne this week.
Yep.
Instant
How will he
reward.
not get a 110 versus them?
Surely he gets 110.
And he hasn't played under Spike yet, has he?
No.
So I'm thinking straight back to his preferred position. Bang, 110.
Couple of value guys as well. Well, if we're talking Sinclair, now old mate Hill, Brad Hill, he's at 662, averaging 105 in his last three.
Yeah.
Some nice numbers
It
there,
is.
but I couldn't do that.
I could not do that.
If you've got no cash, you could go with Peatling. Now, break even of 7 at $448,000. So you could basically do a straight swap of a DeConning or or a McCartan.
His trajectory
who's going
is a
up
bit different,
because
isn't it?
his last two scores have been 119 and 89. Now he's kicked 3 goals in each of those games, so that's your flag. You're not expecting that. However, for a run, if you had DeConning or McCartan there and you were going to go, I was keeping them to make a few more dollars or to be that emergency, it's the same price to have Peatling, who is going to be well up over 500K in a couple of weeks' time.
You need him on your ground the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
As well. So he's someone that can actually, like the equivalent of having
so that's a play.
DeConning on. Yeah.
You're not making cash
could call
because you're
it
not
a buy
downgrading with it. However,
He can't be on your ground in 2 weeks' time, though.
He plays North this week as well.
Yeah.
Do it. If we don't get some of these rookie downgrades, it could be a play for you.
It's a doable move, dog. Not one that I would do, but it's doable.
Yeah.
Good
Anyway,
advice.
defenders. Let's look at the midfield. So a couple of big names here. And Josh Kelly, I think, is up there high in price because he's $908,000, but should be very high on your shopping list.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting when we revisit a rolling 22 with where he could slot in, because he has last 3 games, 134, which was the Leon Cameron farewell game.
Yeah.
But then he's gone 124 and 120 under Spike.
Yeah. Form player of the comp.
He's a gun.
He is a gun.
Is he your number 1 captain this week, Cal?
He's number 2.
Oh, is he?
So, Kangaroos, last year he had 150 against them.
Oh!
Right.
How is he not number 1?
Add to the fact that he is under the roof 9 times. In his last 9 games under the roof, Roy, 9 tons.
Oh, dog. What's he doing?
How is he only number 2 then?
Because there's another
You don't
guy.
own him.
There's another guy who's better.
He does own him.
I do own him.
Oh.
Yep.
Do you own Josh Kelly?
Yeah. Have for years, mate. Yeah. That's why my team is
He's done these
smoking.
random things. That's why he's going well.
Right.
I got Josh Kelly a couple of weeks ago.
How good.
And Rory Laird. That was a bit loose too.
That was good
Cowan's
too.
picking lunch next week then as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Right.
Because he'll actually have him captain. He's just trying to trick others not
No,
to.
he's not. No, you won't. I don't want to.
Do you
say
own
that
your number
aloud.
1 player?
No.
Oh.
Oh, what do you mean?
Onto it, Roy.
Yep. Worked him out.
What do you mean? Was he?
Bad pirate.
You are.
Was he a crim? No.
Get on the plank.
At the same price, 908K, and this is where you just got to
No.
go. Josh Kelly or Darcy Parish. Darcy Parish is averaging 117 in his last 3.
No.
Does he have many medal games coming up?
Look,
You can't do it.
There's not many on my never again list
Yeah.
because they somehow work their way off
do.
it. He doesn't ever get off it for me. A disaster waiting to happen.
He has burnt us so many times.
Just when it looks like he has ticked every box to get off the list, he never redeems himself.
No.
All right. Saving some cash.
Yep.
Zachary Merrett.
I have to tick it, dog.
$790,000, so that's saving
You know
a little
what?
bit.
I have a rule. Oh, sorry. You go.
I just don't feel comfortable about that.
No. That's why you have to just
So why
look
is
at
he
price.
Why is he so cheap? Because he had that 51 against Sydney where the Bombers their pants were pulled down and they did 3 runs around the table by being pants on that one.
While
because it
getting
wasn't
spanked
just-
on the way past.
By all their mates.
It wasn't good, but he's had 105, 103. He's had a decent season this year.
Has he?
The started off with a good couple of
start was
110s.
his normal elite.
Yep.
Then you're
You're getting him under 800K is essentially what we're saying.
That's
here,
what when Tom Mitchell hit that price, everything else went out the window for me, and I was like, that is an Uber premium potential at under 800,000.
Zach,
I forget the past and how they got there.
Only 26.
He's only 26. He's coming off 200.
Yep.
His CBAs were back up near 70% in his last game. It's Zach Merrett.
He has not hit 120 this year. 0 of them.
Okay.
It's not the old Zach Merrett. That's what I'm saying.
But he's 26.
Don't care.
He's in his
His
prime.
brother, remember his brother Jackson?
Yeah.
Merrett? He came like top 5 overall for fantasy a couple of weeks ago.
Did he?
Doesn't have him in his team.
Might get him in at this
Might
price.
see if he's going to pick him up.
That's what we need to find out.
And get him.
It's a no. I'm a no. I need to see something.
I
you
see
bring
something, $790,000.
But you bring him in,
instead of $900,000.
you bring him in, he'll score your 90s, and you'll go, "Why did I do it?" I'm just saying.
I don't know if that CBA increases real dog.
I probably could have mentioned that in the breaking news, but McGrath is out. Not that he had any CBAs last game,
Didn't he?
But yeah, he obviously has spent a fair bit of time in there during the season.
Yeah, well, he didn't get DPP, did he?
No,
so he has been in there.
I think he's a great pick.
I think he's cheap, but he's cheap without any evidence to say he's going to turn.
Well, he's in my plans, dog. I like it.
Wines, I'm putting my line through him.
Are you?
Not a line through him. I'm just not picking him.
Yeah, okay. Because I did look at him last night as well.
He's
Because
an
last
option.
year he was
elite. And this is where he went big as well.
And that injury has brought his price down.
Yeah.
But I was the same. I still couldn't do it.
What about Walsh? He's averaging 114.
Hell yeah.
in
You
his
need
last
Walsh.
3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like you chase that one.
you do.
What's he worth then?
875.
Yeah.
He won't be that for much longer.
But that's where you find the cash and you go up to Kelly.
Yeah, I know. That's the awkward thing with that because as much as I love Walsh, Kelly is the pick of the two at the moment. If you have to bust your team up too much to get up to Kelly, though, Walsh is certainly not a consolation.
If you excuse Walsh's first game, okay, when he came back from that.
Well, which you should.
So
you should be saying we should excuse his first month.
Right, so his first game he had an 89. Other than that, he hasn't gone under 95.
No.
And his last 3, 120, 113, 110. He's got to keep that going for the rest of the year.
He's actually, you could say, he is safer than Kelly.
Yeah, I'd pay that. Yeah.
So it's not a consolation prize.
I think we are. I think we are avoiding the rucks. The only one there really is Bruce.
Do you know what? This is a potential play.
If you had Sam Hayes as your R2, you could do that.
Yeah. What if you've got Darcy Cameron as your R2 at the moment? You just flick him forward. Prusy, he's a bargain.
You were talking about a
Will he
never
play?
again list before.
Will he play?
If he is named as sole ruck, that is 90. Walk up.
He's priced at 683.
I don't think you're using any trades in your ruck this week, are you?
I could not rule this out.
That's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a massive gamble.
Yeah.
Or you could go Nank, who's averaging 98 in his last 3.
Nank's killing it.
Look, I'm just saying.
Draft selection.
Bruce for that price. Time has healed with Prusy for me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're sick.
You talked about a fortnight being a long time in football before.
Funny things can happen at this story.
All right, and now let's look at the forward line. And Gresham, last 3, 102, 82, 119. He's already gone up 183K, which is what puts a line through him for me.
It was a bad miss in the end.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
He's
he was
been
good. He was.
Right, think Coniglio at 704 is
Bargain.
worth a look there.
700.
120 and 108 in the post-Leon Cameron times.
I've got more faith in him than I do Merrett.
Yeah.
And he's 90K cheaper.
Yeah, that's a fair call.
Yep. I'll pay that.
So if you don't have him, because I think a lot of us obviously do,
Yeah.
because we
rode it out for a while.
Oh, didn't we?
Didn't we ever?
That was not a fun
So
ride.
talking about GWS then, what about Timmy Taranto? So he's coming back from a back injury. Now, he hasn't actually hit a ton since round 4.
That's a problem.
That he was averaging 116 at that point as well for the season.
We need to see something.
Probably.
And at the moment, we're not. Break even of 118,
Yeah.
784K.
So you weighed on him.
Was it the back that slowed the progress? Was it the back that slowed his season and now he's right?
Or was it roll?
Because he's a jet And now under Spike, he's another one that I think is going to benefit from not being thrown around so much.
He is cheap.
You are right. We should have a look, but come on, under 800,000. Tim Taranto, available as a forward.
He actually,
he's going to be playing mid.
Yeah, in his last 3 games, he had more CBAs than he has all year, basically.
Yeah, right.
So it's not roll.
But it might have been a bad back.
Yeah.
Spinal.
Now it's time to look at the top trades ahead of round 13 thanks to Toyota. Oh, what a feeling. Right, the most traded in players that we've got so far this week. Mitch Owens at 266k off the back of that 95, the downgrade option there. Jacob Ware. Then we've got Zach Merrett Cow at number 3, 790k. He's the one there.
Cheap for a reason, Warren. Cheap for a reason.
And Durden, Roy, people are doing it.
They are. They
it is an option, I would say, as long as he gets named, obviously.
100%. Yeah,
you've got to be watching that on Thursday night. They play Friday, so you'd have to lock that one in before the Friday game in this round coming up. Most popular traded out, Roy, at the top of the list. Yeah, your mate, Bazlenka, suspended.
Use his nickname.
But then we are...
suspending his nickname.
Thanking some guys like De Conning, Robbie McComb, Greg Clark, Paddy McCartan. They've done their job.
They've been good.
Yeah.
There is a reason why you could keep them, but... they've done their job.
Yeah.
They're the most traded players. You can check all of those out under Stats Center and the fantasy with the fantasy coach subscription under Coach's Choice. Now, let's look at our trades. Roy, what are you going to do with the Bazlenka?
Stop. He keeps using the nickname.
Well, I didn't know who he's talking about the first time. Now I do. Bailey Smith. Okay, so...
Headbutt-lenka.
Yeah, so look, what I want to do, I think, at this stage, Dog, is use it as a chance to cash grab. A little bit. So try to turn a massive negative into a positive and still progress my team forward by bringing in a new premium as well. So rather than doing the double downgrade with rookies and an upgrade, I'm going to sort of end up in a similar position. So I'm going Bailey Smith to Jack Sinclair, McCartan to Durden, and that will give me enough money to go Greg Clark to Zach Merrett.
Zach Merrett.
So chasing value.
That's value cow. Smart thing to do.
That's not the way I play.
Just like I'm doing. I'm grabbing some value in Zach Merrett. Mine are all rookies that have done their job. Horn, Francis, McComb, and also De Koning. So 2 down, 1 up, getting Zach Merrett in. I can afford Josh Kelly, though.
Oh, goodness me.
Okay. Join the
cash
gang.
in the bank might be smart
join
to
the
have
gang.
that.
That's an interesting position to be in, Dog. I don't know
Cash in the bank for
there.
next week's trades because I think I really want to go hard next week.
You know what he'll do? He'll go Kelly just to copy me. He's obsessed with me. Anyway, my trades are there as well. I am going 2 down, 1 up, and that'll be George Hewitt. So Super Huey because I had him, didn't have him, trying to copy you blokes.
Yeah.
We all need Huey in our team at some point.
100% we
So
need Huey.
I'm finally catching up, and Huey will come in.
Good trade.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
To Huey. Oh, what a feeling, Cal. They're our Toyota trades for round 13.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
All right, what do you reckon common questions are, boys? As I load it up, because I forgot to load it up.
Which rookies can I bring in?
Rookies
will be
rank
high.
them then. Rank them.
Isaac Rankin.
Isaac got him. Yes, got him. Owens is your number 1.
Yep.
Durden.
Is it Durden ahead of Ware?
Ware's ahead of Durden.
Durden's ahead of Ware.
You've named Durden. He hasn't even been playing yet.
I've not only named Durden, I've
He hasn't
dropped
even
Ware.
got his...
You've dropped Ware.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that.
He's not going to make the
Spike
team.
likes him.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I reckon he likes Whitfield more.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks.
And obviously keeping any eye out on anyone to debut. That's going to be the thing.
That's true.
But like you said, Cal, we could ruin our benches over these couple of weeks.
A guy
just
like
cashing down.
Parnell will never set foot on an AFL ground again.
He's like your Worrell from last year.
Why do you think that?
Because he's
Did you not see how good he was?
He wasn't good.
Did you? What?
No, I didn't watch
Pew,
it.
pew,
No,
pew.
100%.
He ran fast.
Now, his leg looks like an elephant's leg at the moment, unfortunately, with the amount of claret pooling in it. However, he will play again. He was very good.
Okay.
So don't go bagging him out.
He was only there, though, to cover Luke Brown. And Luke Brown
Until
will be
he
back.
offered more than Luke Brown offers.
No. Right. Moving on.
Oh, God. Bales. Should we just be targeting players off their round 12 bye?
Yeah.
That's what we've just talked about for 45 minutes.
We have basically just talked about
pretty
that.
much, that's your strategy. Make sure you roll with that. You try to work out who your best ones are, because he's saying Doherty, Hewitt, Short, Merrett, Josh Kelly, Wines,
Oh, yeah.
You could.
You could.
I just have other guys ahead of him.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And you only got 3 trades, dog. You don't get 8.
You do.
Yeah.
You mightn't. Right. We've got Hayden wants to know, how did the guy with the nickname of Percentage Boost in our 10-man fantasy chat score the highest out of the lot of us this week? Some people did sort of try to have a crack at having a good round 12.
I did. What were you doing?
And you're only 10 points ahead of me, Cow.
Hey, you wait
Dog,
to see.
I'm excited to see what Dog produces these next 2.
He's got a little bit of pressure
now.
doesn't he?
A little bit of
Talking
pressure
it up
now.
a lot.
Talked it up a lot.
He must have something really good up his sleeve.
Yeah, more than 3 trades. I'm going to try to hack the system. Right, Tim wants to know.
Do what you got to do.
Have you ever made a trade, bench move or captain decision, etc., just for the sake of content? This is an answer from each of us for this one, even though you know it's not the best decision for your team. I don't think so, except it is something where I'll just get there. If I'm really stuck on something, I'll just go, F it. At least we can talk about that on Monday.
Yeah.
I've hidden behind it in a failed move.
Yeah. I got Gaffey last year just as a joke.
Yes.
Remember that? Was it when Rocky retired?
Yeah. Oh,
and everyone traded in
amazing.
Rocky for like the last week, and he's
a few people forgot to trade him back out as well.
But he was the most traded
I'm
player.
a sucker for things like that. I'll always do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It does sit in my head a little bit though.
Yeah.
It'll be a more fun ride to have or something like that because of not so much for content, but it's one of our boys or it's one of our things.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
And
that's why you should get Riley O'Brien back in.
Or Parrish.
It's a good reason not to.
Get Parrish.
Oh, no. Parrish is an option. I like Parrish.
Do it then. God podcast.
I still remember that COVID game. Remember that? He just before the season got shut down, what we sat with Darcy Parrish.
Oh, 35.
Yeah.
35.
But our podcast would be so much more entertaining.
I
if we
remember
got
checking
Parrish.
that score. Where I was, everything about it's my clearest memory I've
We had
got.
12 weeks.
Looking at that. Never again, Les.
Yeah. Don't know. Jack, is Coniglio a good option to bring in this week for a rookie such as Clark or McComb?
Hell yeah. I'm giving it a hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Now, Steve bought him Blix 3 weeks ago with no Stanley and is now a trade on the buy. He was bad this week.
Was he really?
67
This
bad.
is what happens with him.
You can't go gambling on a guy like that.
No. If you bought him 3 weeks ago and had those rises, awesome.
Yeah.
That's where that's an excuse to trade guys on the buy.
Yeah.
He's up to 821.
Yeah,
So
it's epic.
there's a bit of coin there.
100%. You'll enjoy the patch-up trade.
Definitely. Like, that's what you can do. Like, are there other players like that have got their buy this week that you could be getting rid of? Isaac Heaney?
Well, see,
he's had an 89,
I'm a no
though,
for
didn't
that.
he, in the end?
I think it was 87. If you are in a position where it's a luxury trade mode and you've got rid of the rookies or the people you probably should have, I tick that off 100%.
Yeah.
However, if you're still rolling a couple of rookies, you got to stick with the Heaney.
You do, yeah.
Now, it's easy to say as someone who hasn't owned him, but I'll tell you what, it was hard being a non-owner that first 5 weeks.
It's hard when they're coming
400s
and their prices dropped from where they were a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he had some value to begin with.
I think he's producing now what I sort of thought he would all year.
Is that like Matt Rao, for example? And I don't know if there's any questions about this, but he had a ton. Didn't have a mark again, though.
What?
So he tonned up, first ton since round 1. But now, because he's mid-500s, like, he just doesn't have value to trade, does he? Do you just have to ride that now?
Nah, I don't think so.
The
thing is with...
He played against North Melbourne, that's one thing.
You never know when irritable Rao will strike you. It can be... so, no, he's got to go.
It's a stat on Heaney here.
But
so
it's a nice farewell game.
Heaney, in his first 5 games, he was over 95 every single time.
Yes.
And his last 5, no scores over 90.
So you want him gone.
Yeah, he can go.
But I just think you might as well fix everything else up first.
Yep.
But if you're luxury mode, get rid of him.
Yep.
JS Design, get Wines or Merrett, or do a triple downgrade and grab Laird in round 14. Already got 15 premiums playing this week. He's thinking Laird. What do you think about that? Like, count up how many premiums you got. Can that dictate the moves that you make?
I think it can. That's a strong 15 there.
It is.
Like last week, I had 20. 20.
How many
please.
premiums, though?
Not many.
No. That's what I mean. Like if he's got
rooks.
15 premiums, that's only 3 rookies that need to be counted this week.
Yeah. And he also likes what's coming up for Laird as well.
Yeah.
Gold Coast, North Melbourne, Melbourne Hawthorn, and then at the end of the year he gets West Coast and North Melbourne again.
Can he still get to Laird next week in some way? Well, you've still got 3 trades next week to use.
See, do you know, that's something I don't like about the Bailey Smith situation, because I would like someone like Laird.
Yeah,
but
that would be about it. The premiums coming off aren't exactly who you want.
No, but
or you've got to spend a little bit more and go to Kelly.
Yeah, exactly right. So they all have merit, and we're not starved of options, and not the Zach variety I wasn't talking about. But you can't get the exact one you want. So I think you're not getting in Laird or someone this week.
No.
All right, J Bay 3. Should I be embarrassed that I had my best score of the year only scoring 18 players?
I reckon that's legendary.
That's great.
Adrian, is it all right to trade out people like DeConning, McComb and Clark now?
Yes.
Yeah.
They can all go.
They can.
They're only going to sit on your
anyway. Like,
good on them.
Yeah.
McComb, he's only got to 400. He's not scoring.
He's a definition of
He's not scoring
for
much
his role,
more, or he's not adding
team
much
as
more.
well. No.
DeConning, you could keep him, but again, he's sort of made his price. Yes, he's got a break even back in the 30s now.
He does.
But it's not going to increase a heap, even if he does keep scoring the 50s or so, which is what did he pump out? It was only still a 50.
He was at a 54, a break even of 36.
Yeah, so but what I'm saying, you had that 80. He's not going to... I don't know. He's still a 50 guy.
I tick them all off.
Got to think, why did you get him to start with?
Yep.
They were never planned on keeping for the rest of the year.
No. Trade them out now. Yep, definitely.
You are maybe a little bit of an emotional attachment to them,
100%.
And they've done such a
Justifiable.
great job.
They're coming on the end of season trip.
You've looked at their name so many times this year. It's time to say
Adrian
goodbye.
sort of follows up then with this one. Is it better to get rid of red dot players and buy players? So would you hold a DeConning and get rid of a red dot player instead?
Yeah.
We're only halfway through the year. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you do.
Right.
We still need cash generation.
Yeah.
For GM Butcher, is it worth flicking a Karmas or Stevens for 100K or take the real cash from a Clark, McComb or DeConning?
Take the big cash at the moment, I reckon.
It's tough though, isn't it?
It is.
Karmas and Stevens could be game over.
100%.
It could be.
Stevens had 20.
He did.
Time on ground was
21.
It was like about 50%.
Yeah, so he's obviously not in their plans, is he?
No, he's not.
Will wants to know.
Pretty much got dropped in game.
Is Grundy now irrelevant? Darcy Cameron clearly going to tap into his ruck time when he returns.
Well, he's actually very relevant because of what his return does to Darcy Cameron. That's the problem. So what happens? Cox goes out.
Yep.
Grundy is number 1 ruck.
But Grundy's ruck time there's a fraction of it.
100%. So Cameron becomes the Cox role.
Yeah, you'd think so.
So yes, it's hugely relevant in terms of.
It is. We
I don't
just
know
can't.
what Grundy's going to score. I don't know what Cameron's going to score. It's going to be very.
Well, Cameron
interesting.
goes forward and kicks goals.
He does, but he had that role at the start of the year. It's not like he's miraculously going to keep scoring at some significant rate. He didn't start the year well in that backup role.
No.
But this confidence boost that he's got now, do you think he still averages 85 as a forward?
He might.
He might, I agree, yeah.
John at Since I Got Gone. That's his handle. Since I Got Gone.
Since I Got Gone. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Good song. Hey, Legends, do we keep Zorko post-buys even though his role keeps changing?
Shaky ground. Very shaky
If
ground.
he has a poor score this week, I'll have no problem with trading him next week.
I don't blame you.
He's the kind of guy.
We should play the proper game and be smart, however.
We're human, though.
He's the kind of guy that you can
emotions.
offload. Yeah.
He had the potential to be in the mix for top 3 defenders.
Yeah, I thought he would. Yeah.
And he's certainly not there. That second half, though, since Dog gave him that rocket, who knows what he'll come out with. Might keep firing.
Let's hope his hand is held together next week.
That will help.
All right, Liam, thoughts of going Paddy McCartan to Bailey Williams after the bye? Bailey Williams. His new role on the wing for the Bulldogs, that is.
Yeah.
I don't think I could trust it.
I don't think I would be doing it.
I wouldn't be trusting it. He had an 84, Bailey. It's a no.
Now, Roy, this one could be for you from David.
Okay, Dave.
Can I get my trade back used on Sean Darcy, please?
Yeah, do you know what? I take no responsibility for that. That was the week before DPPs came out, and I couldn't have flagged that any harder. Because Darcy Cameron was in my forward line, Rollin 22. How many midfielders were coming down into the forward line? Darcy was always going to get that R2 spot. Darcy Cameron, not the crap Darcy.
No. 45 he had.
It was bad.
45.
And he's pumped those a little bit this year.
Now, Cal, you have listened carefully to my comparisons between the Darcys.
Yes.
Which Darcy have I always been in favour of?
The black and white one.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So the abuse I copped yesterday was unjustifiable and you need to listen better, is all I'm going to say on that.
Who abused you?
Lots of people.
Warnie, did you join?
No.
No, but he prompted them. He poked them.
But now you're all over Bruce is a good option to bring back in.
Yeah, I am actually considering
You are losing the plot. James Drew wants to know Rich or Helmet Brayshaw. Well, they've both got buys coming up, but yeah, if you're looking at them after their buy, Helmet I'd prefer over Rich, I think.
Rich was awesome yesterday.
Yeah,
he was so bad the week before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, so bad.
Awful.
I think he hit 30.
So 125 last week, 37 the week before, but a 114. So I guess you could say he's going to be cheap.
Yeah. I'd helmet every day for me in that matchup.
Yeah.
Scott, Zach Merrett or Wines. Love your work, boys. No AFL Fantasy without the three of you. See you in Adelaide for a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I might even
Zach
get a
Merrett
double
or
shot.
Wines? I'm Zach Merrett.
I'm Merrett.
I'm Merrett over Wines.
Are you?
Over Wines.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where does that rank on your list? Very low.
I'm just not a fan of bringing somebody in that has shown nothing.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. It's Zach Merrett.
Yeah.
Thing is, Roy, I'm never wrong.
That's true too.
So there you go.
Factor that in.
Yep.
Do you know that 7 of the top 10 averaging forwards are on the bye? Of the remaining 3, Taranto is injured, and I have Brody and Coniglio. Is there anyone else worth grabbing? I've forgotten what we even said before.
In the forward line?
Yeah, there's not. There's not a great deal.
There's not.
There's not.
Because you certainly don't want those Port boys.
No.
If they're in, just leave them.
Take your
You
hit.
don't chase them. No. There's no one worth getting in the forward line.
No, there isn't.
It was a bit of a...
Next
I
week.
oversold that. There wasn't great options on every
Next
line.
week there's
forward
heaps.
line, there's not.
Because next week we've got all the Bulldogs guys who are going to be there as options.
Yeah.
Speaking of English was good again.
He was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
95. That's not good enough.
Oh, God, he's a greedy
It's the
dog.
first score under 100 this year.
It's a
The week
greedy
that I
dog.
get him.
Imagine him at the dog bowl.
He should
Greedy dog.
have been my -3.
Greedy
In
dog.
all honesty.
Greedy dog.
First score under a ton.
Oh, my God.
He's so
What does he
angry.
expect from people?
Have a look at your teammate.
Nelfie wants to know, looking to trade out a Bailey Smith and a couple of rookies to a decent forward and defender coming off their buys. What's the best combo to trade in? Houston and Taranto?
Negative?
Or
No.
Short and Gresham?
Oh,
Okay, where do we sit on Gresham?
I don't know.
Because we've
His chest.
we've turned away from him all year.
Yes.
He's averaging 90, 101 in his last 3. He's under 700K. We've missed the boat.
Oh, 100%. But that's a tough one, dog. There's flags everywhere in there, but both could potentially
Short and Gresham
come
for
on.
me.
Short and Gresham. Who were the other two again?
Houston and Taranto.
That's where I am.
If Taranto's in and his back is fine,
Yeah,
It's
which
a
you can
very
only assume if he's named.
yeah.
They're my two.
Okay. I'm on the short Gresh.
Yep.
There you go.
Bad luck.
Lex wants to know, Calvin, off the top of your head, who are the easiest and hardest teams for Ruckman?
Oh, I'll have a quick look.
Off the top of your head.
Oh,
Like your Sunnies were before.
right.
You are a fashionable unit.
Easiest teams for Ruckman are, at the moment, West Coast, obviously. Well, Hawks don't have a ruck.
No,
They got smacked up.
They'll get up the list.
And Collingwood, which is interesting because Max got them this week. So it's an interesting one. The hardest, obviously, Max gone is still by far the hardest. And Richmond, of all people, there, dog. So not off the top of my head, but just some big Nank.
Yeah.
And Oscar's good too. So Brisbane are hard to score against as well. There you go.
Sean Darcy found that out.
Didn't he ever?
All right. Is that enough?
That's enough. Time to get nachos.
Nachos.
Thanks for tuning in. You can catch
and a main
all of our content at afl.com.au or by firing up the AFL Live app, where you'll find heaps across the week and across the weekend, including all of the VFL and WAFL games live. So be part of that, and you can follow the fantasy scores for those if you're looking for those players coming through. Thursday night, we'll be back for AFL Fantasy Live, the teams stream, as we look at round 13 teams, which goes from Thursday night to Monday.
Oh, that's a long stretch.
It's a long stretch for only
not many
6 games. So something to be across of all your times and your lockout times, etc., etc., etc. Well done, Roy. You've had a good podcast today.
Well done, mate. You too.
Calvin?
Nachos.
Hey, Cal, what's cheese that's not your cheese?
Nacho cheese.
Let's go!